we have here some representatives who knows that all the changes that we faced through in our continent in all of those years were always pushed up by women. Even that sometimes the men faces are in the newspapers, the women's movement were always behind all that. So it's very important for bring them to the C20. And just for the last thing, very shortly, I know we don't have much time, but thinking about how the inputs and how the recommendations of the working groups should be taken in consideration, I think that we need to, and I said that in Nagpur in March, I will repeat it here, that we need to move forward for only the recommendations. We need to make the countries to commit with our recommendations. The same way that I was talking about women in our events and on the stages, that years ago we didn't see women on major roles. Then it became a little awkward, so they put one woman. But men did not really hear women in these places. And this is something that is changing and with the women empowerment and all of these discussions. Same things happen with civil society. In all past years, we don't see civil society on the tables to discuss. But now it's a little bit awkward that we don't call up civil society, so we put one or two representatives there, but we don't listen to them. This has to stop. And I think that in the G20 and with the power of C20, we can make it better. We can make them heard and we can make them commit, not only to the changes that we have to provide, but with the work that all of us are doing and the working groups are doing to make this a commitment for the countries to change things and make these recommendations and turn them into policies for our countries and for our society. If the 20 most powerful countries in the world cannot commit with civil society and women, well, then I think we have a bigger problem than sometimes they are talking about. So talk about democracy, have to be talking about commitment. And I think that this is the role of Civil 20. Hope that in Brazil we can move a little bit forward on this direction. Thank you.
So Pedro is the man to be in contact with about, to provide support to him next year. Pedro is the president of Abong, which is the Association of Brazilian NGOs. Yeah? So he is, no matter what your field of interest is, I'm sure that he has a contact, an NGO that you could couple with there to support them in the work going forward. We've all learned a lot in this process, and India has so many wonderful examples of ways forward. Indonesia as well. We just heard about affirmative action in the parliament and so forth. So this is what the people of Brazil, the civil society, is going to be hungry for, those kinds of examples. Because when Pedro says, he hears that their government is not listening, then he can say, can you do a letter writing campaign to the Minister of Education about the importance of education? Can you talk to them about violence against women? Can you talk to them about the importance of including men and boys? Yeah? Because sometimes it's that collective voice. It's that collective voice that matters. So, what are you going to pledge towards? Let me get over here and I'm going to read it out again. Okay? So you get to vote this time. Okay, now can we have that slide? Sorry, folks. Again, the one with the 5 thematic areas, please, so you know what it is, which one you can choose from. So as they go up, I'm going to read this out slowly, okay? So it says, I pledge, here are our thematic recommendations, I pledge to do my utmost to integrate the implementation of these recommendations on gender equality and women's empowerment into my work. I further commit to sharing the recommendations with my contacts and to send the policy pack, the forthcoming policy pack, to elected government representatives with a call for action on implementation. Who pledges this? Oh, yay! Oh, I think all the hands are up. All of the hands are up. Fantastic. It's an auspicious moment. Give yourselves a clap. Yay! We're going to have to support each other in this one. Bhavani.
We want to now take it. Should I pass it on to you, Nimita? Do you want to take it or? Okay. She takes it.
Thank you, Meg and Dr. Bhavani, for such a fantastic moderation. I think we thoroughly enjoyed it, and it has created a lot of enthusiasm for us to take forward the recommendation. Well, now we come to a very exciting part of our session, which is also very close to my heart, and I think for many of us. It is the 1 Million Light campaign. And to begin with, I would congratulate all of you that we have reached 1 million lights. Woohoo! Yes. We have received so much love and affection, appreciation worldwide for this, to recognize and celebrate champions and change makers of gender equality and women's empowerment. To talk more about the initiative, I would like to invite Ms. Sandhya Menon, who is the National Coordinator Youth, which is the youth wing of MAMAT. Over to you, Sandhya.
Thank you, Nimita. I'm so pleased to be here, very much a part of this group, given this wonderful opportunity of promoting the 1 Million Lights campaign. It was an amazing experience. Inviting people to share their stories on the topic of gender equality, about the different experiences they've had that made a difference in their lives, in the lives of people they know, in their villages, their family, relatives, and friends. I have so many experiences. I think I can write books about that. But it was so amazing to see people, and they were so happy that they're getting this opportunity to share these stories. And we all know what happens when you listen to a story. You get inspired, and that inspiration leads you to commit more acts of compassion, more positive actions. And that is exactly what this 1 Million Lights campaign has done. So I would like to invite Brahmachari Mokshamrita Chaitanya here to kindly hand over the symbolic lamp to Brazil. Yes,
I'd just like to say one word. It's the 1 Million Lights started off as an online campaign, right? So you nominate a thing. Yeah. It very soon actually translated itself into a movement which was actually in person, because we realized that it was not enough that you just to get people thinking about it. So we all started talking about it. We started doing pledges, and I think the two, Mokshamrita ji and Sandhya, were basically spearheading this huge, massive awareness moments across all the schools and institutions across the country, talking to the children, getting them to understand what gender equality actually means. What does women empowerment mean? It doesn't mean a threat to a man. It just to get them to even understand and accept it. Both boys and girls, they've been working across the entire country. And so we really reached this million. What you can see on the globe are the lights. And if you just go a little bit to the west towards Brazil and South America, we need lights there. So I'm going to hand it over now to Mokshamrita ji.
Yeah, I also request Mokshamrita ji to share a few experiences that we had in promoting this campaign all over the world.
Thank you, Sandhya ji, and thank you, Bhavani. And I must first congratulate the entire working group for their dedication, for their effort. Amazing working group. And of course, they have a lot of love and energy of Amma. And I'm hoping Pedro and rest of the people here are going to take that love and energy with them to make that global transformation go miles further. I just want to share a few thoughts quickly with you. As Bhavani ji said, we were targeting mostly the children from schools, because as they say, catch them young. Because if you can make transformation in their minds at a young age, it can leave a lasting impression. And I remember one of the first words of Amma's speech about C20, when C20 got started in India, was that Amma said, I hope and pray that it will create a transformation in human minds. I think that is the most important thing, and she also said that. And, we did a lot of things. We did pledges like today, Meg led into pledges. We did pledges like that. We did logo formations. We did online nominations, of course, for this. But then we also did question and answer sessions. And, they were asking questions which were stunning, and they made us think a lot. For example, some of the girls said, why does TV and media show so much gender bias? Why don't you do something about that? That's a very, very important thing to think about. And then some of them were saying, like somebody here also said, why do they call them housewives? Homemaker is better. But even better, somebody suggested to us, why don't call them family guides? They're guiding the family. I thought that was a better one. And, Amma always keeps saying that men and women are like wings of a bird. So I'm hoping while I'm passing this slide to our dear Pedro, that they keep the bird flying high forever and ever. And now it's your turn. We have kept the bird flying. Now it's your turn. And I also want to say one thing, because Amma also puts a lot of emphasis on the power of motherhood. Because mothers are the first who teach us the lessons of equality. They don't discriminate. A good mother will never discriminate between a boy and a girl or whosoever, even if it's a transgender. So I think that power of motherhood we have seen through what Amma has done, the amount of transformation she has brought in this world. And if we together collectively, not just in India, everywhere in the world, when we talk about gender equality, when we talk about women empowerment, always keep power of motherhood at the forefront. Because no matter whether your governments will, shake hands with you or not, or how much ever, tough they are. But I think power of motherhood is something that nobody will challenge. So if we can keep that, I think it will be wonderful. And through this 1 million light campaign, we have lit up so many countries. As Bhavani ji also said, I think now the onus is on you to lit up South America. And with that, I will request the lamp. Thank you so much. If we can all say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu together.
It means may the whole world be happy.
Loka